Welcome to this deep dive into the world of tarot.
Hmm.
You sent over some really interesting excerpts from Tarot for the Curious by David Wason. And I have to say,
Yeah.
my curiosity is definitely piqued. I'm ready to unpack some tarot knowledge.
It's great that the book frames tarot as more than just fortune telling. It's about understanding ourselves, our journey, and even using it as a tool for personal growth.
Yeah. You know, I've always thought about tarot as this mystical, almost intimidating thing.
Yeah.
But the book actually makes it feel really approachable, especially when it debunks the whole idea of good and bad cards.
It's true. All the cards are neutral. They're like snapshots of different energies,
Okay.
archetypes, and situations that we all encounter in life.
Yeah. So let's dive into the book's take on divination. It talks about accessing intuitive knowledge from our subconscious. Is that what's happening when we do a reading?
It's like using the cards to bring those subconscious insights to the surface. Think of it as a way to tap into the wisdom that's already within us.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not about predicting the future. It's about gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves and the energies at play. It reminds me of that quote from the book. Tarot allows us to take time to reflect on the past, give insight into the present, and empower us to take control of our future. It's empowering.
Absolutely. It's about using those insights to make conscious choices and navigate our path with more clarity.
The book then delves into the structure of the tarot deck, starting with the minor arcana. It's like a mini course in elements and their connection to our everyday experiences.
The way it connects the minor arcana to playing cards really stood out to me. It helps make the tarot feel less mysterious, especially for those who are new to it.
You know how in a card game, clubs are all about strategy and taking action? Well, that's similar to the wand suit in tarot. It helps us understand our ambitions and how we take charge in the world. It's fascinating how these ancient systems connect to something we're all familiar with.
Exactly. And the book's pop culture examples really drive that point home. I mean, who doesn't love a good Harry Potter or Star Wars reference?
It's so true. Like when the author uses Harry Potter to illustrate the element of fire. Like, yeah, Harry's definitely got that fiery, ambitious energy.
Right. And then there's Ron, representing water, with all his emotional depth and loyalty. It's a fun and insightful way to understand how these elemental energies manifest in different personalities.
The minor arcana also incorporates numerology, with each number representing a stage in a journey. It's like the cards are telling a story, right?
It is like a story unfolding.
Yeah.
Take, for example, the Two of Wands, which often represents those early planning stages of a new project, full of excitement and potential. Then you have the Ten of Wands, which might indicate feeling burden or a need for completion. You can see how the numbers weave a narrative through the minor arcana.
That's so helpful. I can see how understanding that numerological progression would add another layer of depth to a reading. Now, what about the major arcana? This is where things get a little more epic, right?
Definitely. The major arcana, also known as the Fool's Journey, deals with those big life lessons, those significant milestones and transformations we all go through.
I was actually a little skeptical when the book connected the major arcana to the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
It seemed a bit out there. But the more I think about it, the more intrigued I am.
Well, if you think of the Fool's Journey as this metaphorical representation of our journey through life, the Kabbalah offers this framework for understanding the spiritual aspects of that journey.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. So each card in the major arcana is like a stage in our personal hero's journey, with all the challenges, triumphs, and transformations that entails.
Exactly. And just like any good story, it all starts with a beginning. The Fool card represents that starting point, full of innocence and potential, ready to embark on this grand adventure we call life.
Okay, so the minor arcana is like the day-to-day stuff,
Yeah.
and the major arcana is the big picture.
That's a great way to put it. The minor arcana gives us insights into our daily experiences, while the major arcana provides that broader context of our life's journey.
And then there's the connection between tarot and astrology, which adds another layer to the mix. The book mentions how each major arcana card is linked to a specific astrological sign and planet. It's like these different systems of knowledge are all interwoven.
For example, the Lover's card is connected to Gemini, the air element, and the planet Mercury. This connection helps illuminate the card's meaning, highlighting themes of communication, duality, and choices.
And there's even gematria, where you add the double-digit numbers of the major arcana cards to a single digit, revealing further correspondences. That almost feels like a secret code within the cards. I'm definitely going to check out the book the author recommends, Twist Your Fate, to dive deeper into that.
It's amazing how the tarot can be this gateway to so many other fields of knowledge, from astrology and numerology to the Kabbalah. It's a true deep dive in every sense of the word.
I'm already feeling like I have a much better grasp of the tarot's structure and all these different layers of meaning. I'm ready to get practical. What about asking questions and using the cards for guidance? That's always been a little intimidating to me.
Wow. That's where the book really shines. It offers some great advice on phrasing questions and using different card spreads to gain insights.
Yeah, like the emphasis on asking how or what questions instead of yes or no questions.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You want to open up possibilities, not limit them.
Exactly. And the book also talks about using clarifier cards to provide additional context and depth to a reading. It's not about changing the answer, but rather illuminating it from different angles.
I'm curious about reverse cards. The book interprets them as representing an internalization of the card's energy, something
Yeah.
to pay particular attention to.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a negative thing.
Right. Let's say you pull the reversed Empress card. This might suggest you're neglecting your own needs or not fully embracing your creative potential. It's a signal to look inward.
That's really helpful. Okay, so we've covered the basics of the deck and asking questions. Now, I'm ready for some practical magic. What kind of exercises does the book suggest for actually connecting with the tarot on a deeper level? The book has so many practical exercises. I especially like the one about recognizing elemental archetypes in media. It's like a fun game.
It is. It's a great way to connect what we've learned about tarot with our everyday lives. We
Sure.
start to see these archetypes everywhere, in movies, books, and even in the people around us.
Totally. For example, you can practically see the fiery energy of the wands in a character like Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
She's driven,
Hmm.
independent, and a total force of nature.
Exactly. And then you have someone like Luke Skywalker, who embodies that classic hero's journey, much like the Fool in the Major Arcana. It's fascinating to see how these archetypes play out in stories.
The book also talks about aligning our energy with the moon. I've always been fascinated by the moon's cycles, so this really resonated with me.
It's a powerful practice. The moon's phases have a profound influence on our emotions and energy levels. By attuning ourselves to its rhythms, we can tap into a deeper level of self-awareness.
And the book even links different moon phases to specific tarot cards.
Mm.
So, for example, the new moon, which is all about new beginnings, might connect with the ace cards in the tarot.
That's a great connection. And the full moon, a time of culmination and heightened emotions, could relate to cards like the moon or the high priestess, which deal with intuition and the subconscious.
There's also a morning ritual outlined in the book, which involves grounding our energy, connecting with the four elements, and setting intentions for the day. I'm definitely adding this to my routine.
It's a great way to start the day with intention and purpose. It sets the tone for a more mindful and connected experience.
The book even suggests a simple visualization for this ritual. Imagine drawing energy from the earth up through your body and then releasing it back down.
And then visualizing each of the elements, fire, water, air, and earth, and connecting with their unique qualities. It's a powerful way to ground and center yourself.
Besides these exercises, the book also delves into using tarot for mindfulness, creating wisdom boards,
Yeah.
and exploring the concept of ikigai, which is all about finding your purpose. It's so much more than just divination.
Exactly. It's about self-discovery, personal growth, and connecting with your deeper purpose.
It's like the book opens up a whole toolbox for using tarot in different areas of our lives.
Yeah.
I particularly like the idea of using it for mindfulness. The book suggests picking a card each morning and reflecting on its message throughout the day.
That's a wonderful way to bring the tarot's wisdom into your everyday moments. It encourages you to be more present and mindful of the energies at play.
It's almost like having a little guide or companion with you throughout the day, nudging you towards greater self-awareness and intention.
And speaking of guides, the book also provides these handy cheat sheets summarizing the meanings of both the minor and major arcana cards. It's a great resource for beginners.
Those cheat sheets are lifesavers,
Mm-hmm.
especially as I'm just starting to really learn the cards. But it's like the book keeps reminding us that the real magic lies in connecting with our own intuition and letting the cards speak to us on a personal level.
The cheat sheets provide a foundation, but ultimately, it's about developing that intuitive connection and trusting your inner guidance.
So while having that knowledge base is important, it's really more about the feeling you get from the cards and how they resonate with your own personal journey.
Exactly. It's a dance between knowledge and intuition. You learn the steps, but then you allow yourself to flow with the music.
I love that analogy. And as we've been talking about the book, I'm realizing that it encourages us to approach tarot as much as an art as a science.
That's a crucial point. It's not just about memorizing meanings. It's about being open to new perspectives and interpretations. about developing a beginner's mind. There's always more to learn and discover.
And that's what makes it so exciting. It's like this living language, constantly evolving and revealing new layers of meaning as we engage with it.
And as we deepen our understanding of the tarot, we deepen our understanding of ourselves.
The book also has some really insightful advice on asking the right questions. The emphasis on avoiding yes-no questions and focusing on how and what questions really struck me. It's about getting to the heart of the matter, isn't it?
Absolutely. By asking those open-ended questions, we invite the tarot to reveal a broader spectrum of possibilities and perspectives.
Instead of seeking a simple yes or no, we're opening ourselves up to a more nuanced and insightful understanding of the situation.
And then there are the card spreads. The book delves into various spreads, from simple one-card readings to more complex layouts like the Celtic cross and the split hexagram.
I've always been a little intimidated by spreads,
Yeah.
but the book breaks them down in a way that makes them feel less overwhelming.
Each spread offers a unique lens through which to view the cards and their interconnected meanings. It's like choosing different camera angles to capture a scene. Each perspective reveals something new.
So, depending on what you're exploring, you might choose a specific spread that best suits the question or situation.
Exactly, and the book encourages experimentation. It's about finding the spreads that resonate most with you and your personal style of reading.
It's like the book is giving us permission to personalize our practice and find what works best for us.
And that's so important. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to tarot. The most important thing is to approach it with an open mind, a curious heart, and a willingness to trust your intuition.
I'm feeling so inspired to dive in and start experimenting with different spreads and see what insights emerge. This book has really demystified the tarot for me and made it feel like something I can truly embrace and learn from.
It's a wonderful guide for anyone who wants to explore the tarot. Whether you're a complete beginner or you've dabbled in it before, it offers a solid foundation and encourages you to find your own unique path with the cards.
It feels like the tarot is a lifelong journey of learning and discovery, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a path of unveiling, not just the mysteries of the cards, but also the mysteries within ourselves.
Speaking of journeys, one of the most powerful messages I took away from the book is how the author compares life to a ride in an amusement park.
That's such a great analogy. It captures the excitement, the ups and downs,
Yeah.
and the unexpected twists and turns that life throws our way.
Exactly. And the book suggests that understanding tarot can actually help us enjoy that amusement park ride even more. It's like having a map to navigate the thrills and chills.
I love that because the tarot can give us that broader perspective, help us see the bigger picture, even when we're in the middle of a particularly wild loop-the-loop.
It's like having a wise friend whispering in your ear, reminding you to buckle up, enjoy the ride, and trust that you'll get through it.
It's about finding that balance between surrendering to the experience and making conscious choices along the way.
The book ends with this really thought-provoking question. What story is your tarot deck waiting to tell?
It's a beautiful invitation to explore the tarot, not just as a system of divination, but as a way to understand our own unique stories.
And I think that's what makes Tarot for the Curious such a compelling read. It sparks that curiosity, that desire to dive deeper into the world of tarot and see what insights and wisdom we can uncover.
It encourages us to approach the tarot with an open heart, a curious mind, and a willingness to trust our own intuition.
Well, I have to say, this deep dive has definitely deepened my own understanding and appreciation for the tarot. I'm feeling inspired to pull out my deck and start exploring.
It sounds like you're ready to embark on your own tarot adventure, and remember, there are no right or wrong answers, only insights and discoveries waiting to be unveiled.
And who knows what stories are waiting to be told. Maybe we'll have to revisit this topic again sometime and share our discoveries.
I would love that. Until then, happy exploring.
And to you, listening. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of tarot. We hope it sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore further. Until next time, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep diving deep